Good morning, good morning, good morning. Your girl just woke up. Okay, the sun is really tripping. So let me just move my little setup over here. It's like really sun. It's so bright. It's a beautiful morning. Golf course looks amazing. The wind is blowing. And it is just absolutely gorgeous today. I'm loving Texas because right now everybody keeps texting me that California is cold, and I am happy that I am not there because I just want to experience summer, all year long as much as possible. So I realize I just like to move around to when it's pretty. And so this is how it is. They are out there playing golf. Let me see if I can zoom in. They are out there early. So I like to kind of come sit out in the morning, have some coffee, little reflection. When I wake up, I typically roll over and do some spiritual stuff when I'm half asleep. I know it's kind of crazy, but I got to get it in. And sometimes I'll get up. I would read a book right there. Oh, would you now? I sit out here all night, all day. I love it. I'm country, so we sit on the porch. I'm from Georgia, honey. That's what we do. So that's just what I like. I'm a patio girl. That's why I love high rises, because it's fabulous, but you still have like a rooftop, which is my patio. So I have books there. I have them on my iPad. So my real book holder is this, because I'm such a nerd. I'm obsessed with my devices, so I never know what I feel like I'm going to be wanting to do, so I have to bring all my stuff outside. But I wanted to say good morning to you guys, and first of all, I want to thank every single one of you guys, because we just hit 22,000 subscribers. We're actually over that, but you know, it's 22,000. So I just woke up, y'all. Oh my god. So thank you for following your girl. Thank you for interacting. Screw following me. Like, I love the interaction. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love how I feel like we have a genuine connection. And I love you guys, man. I feel like I be knowing all y'all, especially you guys that show up every day for like different things that I do. I see you instantly. I know your at least screen name. So it'll be cool to meet you guys on the road, because I see you every day technically. Right? So I figured I would just come on and say good morning and answer any questions that you guys may have, talk about anything that you guys want to talk about, and just be on YouTube and show some YouTube love. We love you, ma'am. You pour into us, and you're yourself always. Thank you. Ain't no other way to be child. It's too much to try to be other people. Ooh, right now, y'all, my hair is too long. The BDBs are coming back, and so I'm gonna get my hair cut. I'm gonna go pick up my mom. You know what I love about being in Texas, which is probably why I'm about to get a little crib here? Look at the bunny. Wait. Okay, look. I love seeing the bunnies in the morning time. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. How do I zoom in? It's not letting me zoom. The grass. Anyway. So, good morning. I was just thanking you. If you just joined on, I'm thanking you. Because we hit 22K. You know what? Every time I hit 22K, I should do some crazy sale. I should do something that was like just ridiculous. Isn't that bunny? I just love the little brown bunnies. It's bunnies and quails down there all the time. Anyway. Tiny, I love you, girl. So yeah, I think I should do a sale or something. Every time we hit 20, every time we go up in subscribership, and the more sales we have, the more subscribers. It benefits everybody. What do you guys think about that? Barbara, what's up? Tiny, this is me. Hey, cousin. My cousin in Georgia. Tilly Till. How are my little cousins doing? How's my uncle doing? Me and mom called him like 2 weeks ago. I can't with you this morning. What I do, girl? Miss Deal, good morning. We love you. We love you too. Besides the Bible, who's your favorite author? Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy was the first person that came to mind, so I'll go with the first person. I love all Brian Tracy books. I've been reading them for probably, how long have I had my license? 8 years, 7 years, 8 years. So he's always a staple. So let's go through my library. Okay, if you're not watching Being Serena, like OMG, please watch it. It's amazing. I love books, so I read all kinds of books. Because that's just my mom used to make me read books for punishment, and then I just started loving it. She used to make me read like these. She would give me books this thick when I was little, and I couldn't even understand what was in the book. But it's funny how my mind would. I remember it would just be working to figure out at least the idea of what the book was talking about. And then it was strange. I just started to understand like these very complicated books. I mean, at 10 years old. And it became a game for me. Anytime somebody punishes me, I noticed in my life, I always make it a game. so anytime, that's why I don't really care about, like, people saying, you ready to do this? And I'm just like, okay, we'll figure it out. I'll make it fun somehow. So, yeah, that's how I started reading books. I read books very fast. My aunt told me the other day, she just got a book. We got the same book. She was like, you're done with the book already? I'm like, yep. So I have so many books. So many books. Oh, my God. So I'm just going to name some. Everybody should read. So I took a program that I paid thousands of dollars for, which was absolutely worth it. Absolutely. And then I found this book called The 12-Week Year. Get it? It's so good. The 12-Week Year was exactly the program I paid for. I was like, dang, it's so funny how you find stuff after you are open to it. So the program changed my life. Meanwhile, the book is the same as the program, and I definitely highly recommend it. So The 12-Week Year is by Brian P. Morgan. The Effective Executive is by Peter Drucker. I love Peter Drucker. Small Giants, Bo Burlingham. I love any Dan Kennedy books. Any Dan Kennedy. Kat Latorzo, I love all of her. Well, I don't have all of her books, but I read a lot of her stuff. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go to Amazon, 7 of her books. I have 7 of her books. I just like how badass she is. Like, I feel like we think the same, so I just support her Amazon books. And she's an amazing entrepreneur. I mean, she's like super, super bomb. So look up her. Dan Kennedy, Kat Latorzo. Scaling Up is really good. That's a really good book by Vern. Wait, I can't see the whole author's name. So I'm on my Kindle, guys. Ooh. I love business books. I'm always reading business books. The Prayer of Jabez. I love that book. Thousands Per Minute. That's Corey. I don't know how to say his last name. Corey Bergeron. Bergeron. That's super yummy. Because I love, y'all know, if you follow me, you know I love HSN and QVC. Not because I want to buy there, because I want to be a version of that. I am a version of, I'm a home shopping network. That's it. It's claimed. I wouldn't be home. Is it home? I guess it is. Because that means you're shopping for while you're at home. I'm a home shopping network. The end. It is done. It is declared. That is final. Anyway, I love those channels because that's how I love to do business. And so he was a host on, like, I love the channel so much. I want to go work there so that I can get the experience and just be in the environment. Like, literally, I think I'm still going to go work there. I think this is what I'm going to do. Because I just want to go work there. I just want to be immersed in everything that they're doing. Because I read about how those home shopping networks, I know this is extremely nerdy, but I read about how the networks run, and I mean, they literally sell thousands of items per minute. It's crazy. And the thing I love about it is that the sales, it's live sales, and they have a little thing in their ear, and they have a process. They don't let any and everybody present on their show. And I mean, it's amazing. So yeah. Of course, Brian Tracy, already said that. Oh my God, one of my favorite authors, Florence Scovel Shinn, duh. I love her. Her and Brian Tracy are must-haves. And Bruce Wilkinson, Prayer of Jabez, must-have. I read that book all the time. I love the Dave Ramsey book. Oh, The Ultimate Selling Machine. I have so many books, it's just kind of crazy. This is my library. And it just goes on and on and on. So there's just so many. And I'm trying to find my faves that I've actually read and gotten transformation from. Florence Scovel, Scovel. Some of these books I haven't read yet. Profit First. Want to talk about money? Profit First. My favorite book. Changed my life. Dave Ramsey changed my life because I did the program live. I would go to one of my clients. I love her, Cherie. I read the book before, but I never did do the stuff properly because I didn't understand how to make it work for entrepreneurs. And sometimes I don't like saying entrepreneurs. I think that's very trendy. Self-employed, because entrepreneurship to me is like Zuckerberg and what's the man that owned the Mavericks? What's his name? I forgot his name. I see his face. The Shark Tank people. Okay. I watched The Little Dog, Dave Ramsey. A Little Dog. You know, sometimes Dave Ramsey, when I watch him, though, he talks mean. And I get it. You're being tough because it's money. But sometimes it's on my nerves. It's very condescending. Sometimes I'm just like, dude. But I think it's because my daddy talks like that. And I used to hate that about my dad. So when he does it, it kind of triggers me to where I just go, because why you gotta talk like that? But I get this also his cultural background. So, okay. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't even know. The Profit, Jacqueline McKenzie. Oh, I was talking about, what is the guy that owns the Mavericks? Mark somebody. No. Mark Maverick. What's that guy name? Mark Cuban. Jesus Christ, I couldn't remember his name. Oh, The Automatic Customer changed my life. I was like, Little Dog, Dave. This is me. She meant I watched a little bit of Dave. I love Dave Ramsey, though. Like, for real, watch his snippets. Here's what I love. He's problem solving on the spot when people call in. And just by watching him problem solve, you can problem solve better. So I've gotten so much better at financial understanding and application because I just watch him problem solve. And Profit First, which is a book by Mike Michalowicz. I don't know how to spell the last name. Michalowicz is I don't know. It's just look it up. The 80-20 Principle. Amazing book. The Business Model Canvas, amazing book. All Things Dan Kennedy, amazing books. Yeah. So, Cash Flow Quadrant, amazing book. Oh my God, amazing book. Some of these books, I swear, makes me want to just stop doing everything I'm doing and start over. That's how you know you can just, if you have fear of stopping what you're doing, something's interesting. Like, I could literally stop everything I'm doing and start something completely new, and I know it'll be successful because of the principles. You have to learn the principles. So try to teach them, but sometimes I get tired of teaching them. This is just the honest truth. And I want to start over and do something like sell makeup or something. That way, it just is makeup. You don't have to try to like, because boy, I tell you, this mindset stuff is a trip. The Power of Broke by Damon was really good. Damon John. Financial Intelligence, excellent book. A little complicated, excellent book. The Millionaire Next Door and The Automatic Customer were two books that changed my life. The Automatic Customer was the reason why I started Short Hair Boot Camp. Well, it wasn't the reason why. I've been wanting to do it, but it gave me the knowledge and just the support. I finally understood that aspect of business models, and so I was able to start my own business model that way. It's totally, oh, and the one thing is so good. I'm trying to find books that actually changed my life. Oh, Neville. I love Neville Medora. He's not like super trendy on the internet, but he's super freaking smart, and he makes a sheesh ton of money. This book will teach you how to write better. Amazing book. It's kind of like a Bible book. Oh, there's Mike Michalowicz. Profit First. Mike Michalowicz. Michalowicz. Mike Michalowicz. I love this book. So one of my members recommended this to me, Tamika. It's called Get Rich Lucky Bitch. And it's really good about if you have a broke money mindset, and it ain't even that it's broke, because here's the deal. It isn't. When you try to go to the next level, 500, a week to $3,000 a week, I had to do the same mindset work to get there, right? To have a $10,000 week, I had to do the same mindset work to get there, right? And what I notice is that when I don't do the mindset work, old habits and thought processes creep up. So this book helps you with that, which is funny because when I'm with my millionaire friends, they do the same mindset work that I do, and they have millions. And so it's a constant thing. Like, you have to work on your mindset. It is a direct correlation of your bank account. Okay, so that book was really good. My member recommended it to me, and I can't remember what she said, but she was telling me that my course helped her, and then she found the book, and it kind of accelerated her. And so I was like, well, what does the book talk about? Because it was perfect that we paired it together, so that my course complemented that. So I wanted to know what the book talked about. I read the book. Well, I kind of like I'm at 50% of reading it, but it's the principles that it makes perfect sense. It's a wonderful book. Yeah, Get Rich Lucky Bitch. Totally need to get that book. Wonderful book. So yeah, I think I'm done. I mean, there's just so many. I just have so many books. It's just ridiculous. Okay, let me read the comments. Okay, so Florence Scoville-Shin says, "This is me. I have the prayer of Jabez." Literally, y'all, if you pray the prayer of Jabez for the next for the month of June, what? And maybe we should do that, because I need y'all to understand that prayer right there is powerful. You can get paid for recommending those books. Just be an affiliate on YouTube and post the affiliate link under your videos. Yep, I know. I could do the Amazon affiliate links. That's how I need to not. That's very lazy of me. I do agree. Especially even not on YouTube. I have a membership of people, a girth of people that always want to know what I'm reading. I read at a ridiculous scale. So somebody just sent me a message, sorry. Let's see, the automatic customer. Oh, awesome. Oops, not on YouTube. And oh, you just said Amazon. Yeah, but you were right, actually. If I were doing this just to show you guys, like, I could recommend the books and why they help me, and then at the bottom in the description give you guys all the Amazon links. Do you do any college courses? Did you do? I took, when I was in college for the short time, that's what I was studying, business administration. And then I got an abusive relationship and dropped out of college when I had a full ride scholarship. But I've always read business books. I just read the same curriculum. You know, guys, college, don't get me started on college. I believe that, you know, anyway, I'm not even gonna go there. You can read the same books, and I actually like to learn from people who are doing the stuff. So I feel like what's better than college is working with a mentor who is running a multi-billion-dollar company and being behind the scenes and watching how it goes, because there is nothing like experience. And so, not that college doesn't give you that. And I love the business books. I read college books all the time. I read college principles, like the books, business principles. I read business principles that are in college books. But more so than that, I learn from people who are doing it. And I learn and I do. I learn and I do. I learn and I do. So, because most people that I know with degrees, I have so many friends that come to me and say, girl, my degree ain't helped me do nothing. Like, they understand the concept, but the mindset to actually go do the work is what they always have a battle with, so they never really start. So, yeah, I read college books. I can sit at a table with a bunch of college people. I had a guy just send me a message the other day. It's been a year since he's done a conversation, since he took action on a conversation we had that he could have had done in 30 days. It took a year. Because sometimes I just think it's too much. So, yeah, that's my opinion. Just an opinion. I respect anybody who's going to. I love that my kids and my brothers, everybody's in college. I was just getting ready to ask you which books made a great turnaround for you. Made a turnaround for you. Great. I definitely changed my mindset. Yeah, like all of the books. I believe that everything I read always helps me. So that's why I'm always reading, because I know so much. I can literally, you can be in talking about any industry and I can follow you. Like, I'm all over the world, and I'm never feeling left out of a conversation, because I read like a mofo. and I understand industries. And even if I don't understand the industry, because I understand the principles of business, give me 5 minutes of listening to you and I can figure out, I can follow, I can like put things together, I can problem solve. I think the most powerful thing you can do as a person is be a problem solver, and not just, like, I always teach to be a problem solver. I never want to just tell you do it my way or that's all. That's stupid, because first of all, things change too fast in 2018. And I just think that problem solving is a skill that helps you. It's like, it helps you. When I was in so many situations where I could have died, it's because I'm a problem solver. I jump, I take action. You know what I mean? Like I listen and I take action. And I think that life is about dancing with listening and taking action, understanding, listening, taking action, understanding, listening, learning, taking action. So all of the books I read help me, even when I don't see it right away. Even if I read one chapter, I just trust and know that everything is always helping me. And books are, if people actually did what, now that I know what I know now, books actually change your life when you just do what the book says, and it's just so simple. Brian Tracy is my favorite example of that, because that book changed my life. I just did whatever he said do in every book that I read from him, and it is how I was able to sustain myself, you know, as a self-employed professional. I look at people, I pass right by people. I'm back in Texas and people doing the same thing they did when I left, and even before I left, they were struggling with the same thing for years. And I'm like, you just got to do the work. And there's a professional vibe. There are concepts. There are principles. There are laws, like unwritten laws that are just, they just work. So that's why I'm always talking about mindset, because that's really what I'm passionate about. But what I'm learning is that people don't want to buy mindset because they don't value it, because they want something quicker. And so that's why a lot of people that are, like a lot of coaches in my group, they have problems selling what they're selling. But I'm like, people don't just buy mindset so quickly if they don't understand the power of the mind. And so it's just one of those things, like, people get it when they get it. In the meantime, they want a tangible thing, right? We want something tangible. Even in my Book Stylist program, this program is about getting booked solid. There's few things that you can do for free to get you booked solid. You can do all the stuff. There's some paid stuff, but there's some few things that you can do consistently. And it'll cost you, it ain't gonna be super free. It's always gonna cost you something. But people just always do it for 30 days and they be like, what's next? And I'm like, do it for 6 months and then come holler at me. Like, ugh. Because they want something tangible. You want to just do something today and get a client tomorrow, and then you want to switch what you did, do something different, and then do something different, and then do something different. And then in 90 days, you're like, I don't really know how I got to this point where I am. Because you kept switching and you kept switching and you kept switching versus doing something consistently to see a result. If you wake up on Monday and do something to get a client and it work on Tuesday, but instead of doing the same thing, you decide, because you're excited, you're going to do this other new thing. Because that's like, oh my God, I'm even more elevated. And then on Wednesday, it's like, I'm going to do this other thing. And then on Thursday, I'm going to do this other thing. And then on Friday, I'm going to go back to what I did on Monday. Because that really worked. And then on Sunday, you tired, you're confused, you don't know what worked and what didn't work because you tried 50 different things. It's just annoying. It's so annoying. And so we have to be willing to be in things for the long run, for the marathon, because that's when things work. Short Hair Bootcamp would have never worked if I was doing, you know, other things. I had to focus. I did hair, and then I would go home and work on Short Hair Bootcamp. You know what I'm saying? And 3 years later, almost 4 years later, it's crazy. So now I have something that I can sell, like, to another company for some money, because it's a proven business model. It churns every year. It's crazy. So, but that happens through consistency, not hopping and hipping. Hip hopping, as my daddy likes to say. Hip hopping around. So we're excited. We're celebrating 22,000 subscribers. We are growing every month. Woo! Now, the real question is, what type of content do you want to continue to see? I have a lot of people that love a lot of things. They love beauty, they love business, they love spiritual. So I post it all because that's just who I am. But I love to see what you're specifically following me for. So definitely put it in the comments below. And of course, you know, I love to share resources. Good morning. I am Lita. Good morning, Lynn. Adrian says, get rich, lucky bitch, note to self. I definitely changed my mindset. We all do, like, and the whole thing is that you just want to upgrade it. You want to upgrade it. You want to upgrade it. You want to upgrade your mindset. And I had somebody tell me who, I'm going to pull that person. I'm going to tell them, like, you can't think like that. Because I love that person. And they deserve to at least be told. That person can get mad at me. But the person was like, well, it's all a scam. Y'all just be selling stuff and it's a scam. And the funny thing is, like, that's a loved one saying that. And so you're telling me what I do for a living is a scam. Well, not you, but other people. No, we all doing the same thing. So while you may have, unfortunately, ran into someone who was not, I don't know, what you thought, because there's also a communication. So sometimes you have expectations for something that they didn't promise you. That's why you got to be clear about what you're promising, right? But I was like, it's not a scam. Like, you have to have education. And the problem with our culture, especially black folks, is that they don't value education until they do. Now, what's funny is, not all, because I can't generalize, but very much common is that people do not, even when you see something and you get something, you be like, ooh, but I don't want to pay. And you see other people, do you know how much money I spent last year alone? $30,000 on education. So while it doesn't give me a master's or doctor's degree, the experience and the knowledge that I have, first of all, I don't own no student loans. And it turned a profit. Like, so we just gotta be smart. Like, and I've been putting in the work to understand principles and to, I literally just, I'm a live living experience. Like, I experiment with stuff. I'm willing to risk. I'm willing to take my profits and invest. And it's like, we have to be willing to do the same so that you understand the game, so that you understand how systems work, so that then you can take these principles, because they're tried and true, and apply them to anything. Like, literally, if I stopped everything I was doing right now and went to another state, didn't know nobody, give me 6 months. Within a year, you're going to be like, that Keisha done did it again. Like, it just, because there's principles. And when you follow the rules, it just works. And I don't believe in rules, but we're talking about, like, the principles of business. Good morning, Daphne. I'm following you for your business knowledge with some self-help thrown in there, but the spiritual piece is so valuable. Amen, amen. Girl, I realize I'm really obsessed. I've always have been, actually. The 30-day challenge actually did give me clients in less than 2 weeks. I stopped at day 14 and just picked it back up yesterday because I'm ready for more customers. I know the program works. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. It definitely works. It definitely works. I slowed it down. I slowed it down because I realized some people was only doing, you could take one of those, you could take 7 days of that 30-day challenge and just do that for the next 3 months. What I don't want people to do for this summer is to stop marketing and then pick it back up when school starts. You're going to be behind the 8 ball. My company is up 54% than it was this time last year, which means that if I keep going, I will double my numbers, which is exciting. But I'm really ready for some tripling and some extra. So this is going to be interesting. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm just excited. I'm excited to hit 22,000. I'm excited for growth. I'm excited for you guys. I love talking to you guys. Obviously, I just woke up. I was like, let me get some coffee and talk to my people. And just say thank you. Send you guys some super thank yous and answer any questions. And, you know, sometimes people be sending messages saying that they're scared to ask me a question. I was like, why? And then I thought about it. Would I be, I could be scared to ask somebody a question, maybe, but not really though. Who would I be scared to ask a question? No. I emailed somebody on Instagram recently, a semi-celebrity, and I was like, here's what you should do. Here's why I think so. I was like, I put a disclaimer. I was like, this is unwarranted 2 cents. I know that I'm You didn't ask me, but here's what I think you should do, and here's what I think you should charge, and here's what I would pay, and here's the business plan map out. I had to do that because I want you to do this. So let me show you real quick in a snapshot of how much money, what we like to call back of the head money. So you want to say thank you, Yes, I was saying thank you to you guys for being subscribers. So yeah, I sent this person a message, and it was so funny because I just hit the button. I was like, they probably gonna be like, who the hell she thinks she is? And they actually sent it back to me and said, thank you. Oh my God, that's amazing. I was like, so you gonna do it? They was like, I'm working on a project. I can't. I'm like, well, when you ready, let me know, because I'm down. I'm down to be the head of department so that I can just get what I'm trying to get. We want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. I want to do more stuff. So I'm looking at space so that I can have like basically a creative studio. And I want to have like house events too. I love that. Like Lisa Nichols does that a lot, and I actually love how she brings people. Of course, you're gonna invest for it's like a 3-day retreat type thing. But I love that because it's so intimate and it's so life-changing for the people that come. And so I was like, how do I create something that just is just an experience? And so yeah, that's what I'm doing, working on. And it's going to be here in Texas. I'm moving my tax stuff, all that stuff back to Texas. California tax is too high. But you know, they say the cost of living. I didn't have a problem with the cost of living in California. I think that's kind of overrated. I think it's just the prices are higher, but you also are making the money to support the thing. So it's just very strange to me. But I guess because I don't know. I don't live a regular life either. But so it's just when you look at taxes, though, like you're not going to take that much. That's my money. Like, that's strange. So, yeah, no. Definitely moving my stuff back to to Dallas, but I still gonna keep my spot in LA. And I'm just gonna live anywhere, anywhere I want. But yeah, I want to create so much stuff for you guys. In my mind, I have a makeup line, I sell accessories, I have online courses, I have music events, and I feel like my music events are what I need to focus more on because they're gonna be life-changing. I already did one and it was amazing. People were crying. They were like, oh my God. So I just need to do more and stop waiting. And then I want to do stuff for the beauty community because I just love the beauty community because that's who I am too. So I have a lot to do. But all little by little. I'm not rushing for sure. But I'm just telling you guys what I'm interested in because you guys are my followers, my subscribers. I don't like the word followers. I like the word subscribe. Because that's a choice and I'm honored by your choice. Good morning. Good morning, Colleen. So we're just hanging out. Congratulations. Thank you. This is me. So any other questions, guys? Anything. It can be about anything, about anything, about anything. It can totally be about anything. That's what we're doing right now. We're just looking at the golf course. And we are about to go get some more coffee. But I just wanted to celebrate with you guys. And you guys can tell me what kind of content you want to see. I want to do some makeup tutorials too. Because I love playing the makeup. Do you guys love playing the makeup? I'm obsessed. I realize in my free time, all I do is watch makeup tutorials. Is anybody else that cuckoo? Like where you just watch makeup tutorials all the time. And I'm currently obsessed with RuPaul's drag queen makeup tutorials. Not because I want to look like a drag queen, but because even though their makeup is dramatic, there's so much you can learn that you can do in a minimal way. And, you know, I just think it's cool. It's like art. It is art. Straight up. So I want to do some makeup tutorials. I don't know if I'll ever do them. I used to try to do them all the time. I don't know if I'm going to do them. I'm going to make some more coffee. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to upload some content. So I have a class going on right now where I'm teaching people how to take pictures and just really understand the concept. I like to give people the concepts. I can tell you you can Google how to take a picture, but if you don't understand why you're doing it, you're not going to do it. So that's really what the class is about. But I'm going to, I did a photo shoot and I'm going to take people behind the scenes on how we figured out what we wanted to look like and how we took the pictures all on the iPhone, how the pictures were edited, how I got my client to pose and all that stuff. And the pictures are beautiful and those pictures make me money and they're all with my iPhone, which essentially that was a free photo shoot. Starting two businesses at once, I don't recommend it because you're diluted. If you haven't had one successful thing happen, then it doesn't make sense to have two things happening because you're diverting your attention, so you don't get anywhere fast because it's just diverted. So I believe that you should focus, because then you learn something. You getting your feet dirty. You develop stuff, and then I believe that once something is stable and running. And this is what I did for myself. Like, I would never be doing, like, I built the salon business. I kept my day job. And at night, I hustled on the Short Hair Boot Camp. So technically that's built, but my salon business was stable. So once the salon business was completely stable, I was never worrying about where customers are coming from. And it was just easy. And every week I made the amount of money I wanted to make. I knew my numbers. I had a marketing system in place. I had a business that was running solidly. Then I started my side hustle because I wasn't stressed. I think it's the most ludicrous thing to be sitting around stressed about your main business trying to start a second business. I don't know if that's what you're doing. I'm just recommending don't if you are even thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we have to use wisdom. That's why I love Proverbs. You got to use wisdom because it just doesn't make sense to be stressing yourself out like that, because entrepreneurship is sexy on the internet, and honey, it's a lot of work when you don't like it. It could just drive you nuts, and then it's just too much. So I definitely don't think, I think when you dilute things, people don't get the best of you. That's one thing that I've learned for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to be all over, like, even with all the things I'm telling you guys I want to do, it's not gonna be all at once. It's just, I know and trust that it's going to happen in my life. And these are just wants and wishes. And it'll happen at the perfect time, as always. And so you have to develop beliefs, too. Like, do you believe that this is going to happen? And when you believe, you can release because you trust and know that everything happens perfectly. So I've been running and swimming, and I'm sore. Ugh. I'm really toe down, y'all. Okay, I got to charge my phone up. So anyway, definitely don't recommend it if it just, you have to have it just puts people up a creek. And it's like, why do we want to go up the creek right now? When we could just be sitting, enjoying the goodness of whatever. But that's why I want to have those retreats, because I think there's nothing like sitting in person with somebody and just getting some stuff on paper and working through and being in a room with people who are like-minded. And you know what I'm saying? I think it's just the best. It's the best. Simply the best. I'm charging on my phone. So I gotta go buy a new iPhone X, and I just got this one like a week ago because my boyfriend decides to just drop it on the ground. Not what I wanted to hear. But I love that you understand that. See, anybody that says not what I want to hear, but thank you, that means your heart is good, you're open, you're willing to be successful and put in what it takes to, because everybody willing to be successful. So it's not willing to be successful, it's willing to listen and apply. You know what I'm saying? It's not sexy. I don't want to, you know how many things I want to do? Oh my gosh. I have to tell myself every morning, because then when you have, I could go get a Mercedes today. I could literally walk into the Mercedes dealership and walk out without giving them no money from just credit score, right? But is that smart? No. I could go buy a Louis bag today. Is that smart? No. So it's the thing where it's like every day you're like, oh, I could go do all these things. Or I could just wait and understand, like, when you see me popping Louis, you know your girl is like, I could buy you one and your friend. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm being smart right now. And it doesn't suck, because at the end of the day, when you really look at life, it's really not about any of those things. Please do makeup for beginners. I need to get back in the game. It's been years since I wore makeup. That's what I always get questions about. And actually, I started a PowerPoint, my thoughts about, because my mentors asked me the same thing. They're like, Keisha, teach me makeup. So I believe that I will, because that's exactly, I'm gonna show you guys like a little blip of it. Look at this. Why is this still zoomed in? That's me doing my mentor's makeup. And so yeah, I've been working on it. But again, that's something that I work on when I'm bored, you know, which is hardly ever. But that's something that I work on just in my free time. So whenever it happens, it happens. And I want people to have like a template that they can use because they get lost on stuff. And so this is me. I hear you. Advice on starting. Okay, got that one. I'm so lost behind on everything. I really need to catch up on all classes and content so I can have more focus and structure in my life. Lynn, what class are you in? My classes? What it's a couple Lynn's that be on my YouTube, so I never know which one is which. But so first of all, release the feeling of overwhelm. That's not a good feeling. And actually, what happens is when you feel overwhelmed, it keeps piling up, and you naturally don't do the thing that you want to be doing because there's this, you're beating yourself up. So you never start the thing because now you feel even worse, and then days go by, and then you just like, and it's just this thing that's sitting over here, and really you're giving that too much power. And so understanding that everything happens perfectly, and it's always like, now is always the right time, now is always where you are. So when you are now like present, and you're like, you know what, today is a day, it's a new day. What happened yesterday is yesterday, and I have the power right now to write my future. Like, I can literally create my future. Guys, you got to really start thinking like this. Like, what happens in the next 10 minutes is a result of what I've created. What happens in the next 10 days is a result of what I created. What happens in the next 10 months is a result of what I created. So what I love is that I have the paintbrush right now, and I can paint, I can draw, I got a pencil, I can erase, right? And so when you think that way, just know that everything is perfectly fine, and whatever you've experienced up until this point today is all necessary. So deep breath, and now knowing what you know, knowing and being excited that you have access to all the content, really looking at where you want to go in the next 10 days, in the next 10 months, in the next whatever, and then what content, whether it's my content or someone else's, what is the thing that you need to know in order to get success? And so that really is about goals. Like, it goes back to, what do you want? Because to try to wake up and just learn a bunch of random stuff, you need to know where you're going. And so only consume the stuff that is relevant to that right now, so that you cannot be overwhelmed, and know that it's all perfect. It's all perfect. Good morning. I'm happy I'm on live with you this morning. Hey, Kawana. Good morning. So don't beat yourself up. You're not lost. You know what I realize we do, guys? We say, I'm so lost, I'm so broke, I have a bad mindset, I'm this. You are none of those things. And so whenever it's a training, guys. You have to train yourself, because and people have been looking at me different, which is funny. My loved ones that are close to me, they're like, what's wrong with you? Like, instead of getting frustrated immediately, I've literally been training myself to say, I'm so happy that happened, so now I can do this. Versus saying, I'm so overwhelmed, like it, or I'm so lost. You acknowledge the feeling, like, I feel anxiety. Yesterday I felt anxiety. I didn't even know I was freaking I literally, and I kept hearing panic attack in my back of my mind, and I was like, I don't even claim that. I'm not even gonna, like, that's not gonna happen. And I realized I was so stressed out about my family because something occurred, and it just stressed me out, and I didn't realize it because I just didn't realize it. I was trying to just help. So I hadn't acknowledged the fact that that was very scary and traumatic for me, because I just don't want to lose a loved one. And so what happened was, it was just between that and then all this working out and swimming and all this, my heart started beating fast, and I was like, what is going on with me? And then I realized I'm anxious. And I was like, oh, but I know what the scripture says about being anxious. Be anxious over nothing. Worry over nothing. So I'm not even going to allow that to overtake me. I'm not going to say, I am stressed out and I am whatever. I'm not any of those things. I am literally okay. And I just kept telling myself, you're safe. You're completely safe. You're strong. You're powerful. You're fine. Like, there's nothing wrong. You know? And I just calmed myself down. I was like, wow. And it's so funny because my boyfriend just kind of looked at me. He was like, are you okay? And I was like really panicking. And I didn't even realize I was panicking because I was literally chilling like this. But my heart was going like this. And I was like, why is my heart, like, what is going on? But I realized that that's how deep emotion stuff sits. Like, I've had a wonderful run. I've been working out. I'm doing my thing. And next thing I have a panic attack. And it was from anxiety from a family situation. And it was like, okay, I get to acknowledge that. And I get to know that, hey, I'm safe. And so I'm not panicking. I'm not worrying. I'm claiming like everything over my life that I know is true. And I'm not going to let this thing take over. It was crazy, but it was good. And it's funny because I've never had that. And I think God always allows me to experience things just so I can have these moments where I share, like, your thoughts matter, and they bring up, like, they're always happening I feel like it's in the back of your mind, you know? So you have to be careful what you're practicing. Reliving. Are you reliving something that happened? You tried and you failed. And so every time you get up every day, you want to try, but you feel like you're going to fail. So then you go do the stuff that distracts you. And then you beat yourself up because you feel like you're lost and you feel like you should be doing this learning thing. Throw it all out. And train yourself to see the positive. Train yourself to just acknowledge things and be calm, right? This is very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. It's a practice, that's for sure. Lolita says yes. Such a godsend. Adrian, I love how y'all loving on each other. Okay, let me read the comments because I'm missing it. I'm missing it. Okay, so I'm still in the infancy stages of building my salon, but I have people requesting fitness classes and accountability. This is something that I need for myself. Would you suggest building this? It just always depends on what you're, like, if it's going to distract you from building a stable business, no. If it's something you want to do once a week on Saturdays and accountability, yes. I mean, if it's fun. If it's something that you're trying to build a business around, I think trying to build a business around something at the same time where you're building your beauty business, if it's in an infancy stage, no. I think that you could totally be building a salon business and then doing the fitness thing because it's accountability for you. If you can master the schedule and the time, yes. Let it have fun with it. Pour your heart into it on the side hustle time frame and let it turn into what it turned into. So, because sometimes we try to monetize something too quick and it could turn into something that you're just so totally excited about. So you just never know. So let me think in complete sentences. The salon business is in an infancy stage. You want to get that out of infancy. So you need to focus on it. If you divert your focus, then no, right? It's going to slow grow. So the fitness thing, if it's a fun passion project, go for it. Don't super stress out about how to monetize it. Don't try to, because, you know, sometimes people hit me up and they're like, I need to be paid for my time and blah, blah, blah. But you don't really have an expertise. You can't, that doesn't work right away. You have to have you have to be an expert at something. And I don't even like the word expert, but you've got to have a system that gives people results on a consistent basis, right? Proof. So before I ever charged for teaching people, I taught people for free for years while I was in the salon. So if that fits for you to do this fitness thing for fun, go for it. You know, you want to have a $10 fee for cost. If it costs you money, you know, let people know the cost. Let people know, you know, that there's a little fee and that's what it's for. But don't let it distract you from your main thing. And it goes back to, again, what is the goal? If the goal is build a successful salon business, that's what you focus on. 1,000% every single day until you are floating. Oh, let me finish reading the comments. Okay, y'all haven't, I feel left out. I used to do hair and gave up because of being in a small town and bills was higher than my pay. I believe I'm supposed to start a business, but I'm now at 45. Girl, 45 is perfect. You have experience. Age is nothing but a number. Do y'all know how old my man is? My man is old. Honey, he be out there getting it. Reinventing, redoing. Like yesterday, I challenged him to run the 5 miles with me. He was like, let's go. Let's do it. And then this morning, he woke up. He went somewhere. He was like, don't you run them next 5 miles without me. I was like, dang, okay. Age is nothing but a number. All my mentors are 50 and up. Everybody is just older and starting new ventures. It's absolutely fine. You have more wisdom and more life and you have more to give because you're older. And hair is the easiest game, y'all. Oh my God, hair is the easiest game. Oh my God, it's the easiest. And sometimes, guys, when you want to start a business, you do have to move your city. So I I don't like to sugarcoat where people live in these small Bama towns and they're trying to have this life. If your market can't really do, like, you got to go where the market is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got to be willing. It's scary because you got to be willing to move. You got to be willing to whatever. Oh, let me finish reading comments. Okay. But no, you're not too old, and you could totally do it. This is me. Hit me up at LakeishaMichelle.com. Yes, Lynn, I'm in your mastermind. Hey, Michigan. Lynn from Michigan. Okay, perfect. I no longer live in a small town. I'm married with a 6-year-old, and hubby is in the Army, so we travel, but I have tons of ideas besides doing hair. So the whole thing about it is that testing. Test. I teach this in the mastermind. It's always validation. Validation. What do people want? Ask them, and then give it to them. If they buy it, then boom. Now you've validated that there is a need, a want for that thing, and really go in and give it all you got for 30, 60, 90 days and see what people say. And then, like, measure and monitor everything. I think people start things so quickly, and they don't measure and monitor anything. How many people did you talk to today? How many bought? What kind of feedback did they say? What was the language they used when they were saying that they're looking for the thing that you offer? Like, you got to pay attention to all of that stuff. And then if you see something working, do that thing that works for 90 days before you can actually say this does or doesn't work, right? And then what's funny is that right when people quit is when the results are actually going to start coming in. But now you quit and you're on something new. And so then you're in this weird drug high thing, and it's just stressful. So my family's military, and I know a lot of people used to move. My parents used to move around all the time for it. I have clients that have taken my courses that I got one girl, I love Kayshell. Her husband's in the military, and she moves around, and she just goes to another city, set up shop in a salon. It definitely can be done. It's tricky, but it can be done. You definitely got to leverage the internet because you want to build a following. That way, wherever you go, people can show up. But I would say write down your ideas. My favorite thing to do is just brainstorm. Write down everything I want to do, and I just cross out what's too far away, too stressful right now, and I look at the lowest hanging fruit on the tree. If this was a tree and all my ideas are on the tree, what's the piece of fruit that's the lowest for me to grab? And then I'm going to start eating away at that fruit. Good morning. I'm happy I'm on live with you. Good morning, Kiwana. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all you guys being here. I love it. Adrian says to This Is Me. I started over in business and we're near the same age. Actually, age doesn't matter. It's mindset. Take Lakeisha Michelle's classes. She helps change your mindset from lack to abundance. Boom! You better go, girl. Shoot. Adrian. Kiwana says, yes, that's me when I get overwhelmed. This is me. Thank you very much, Adrian. I definitely will. Adrian Lakeisha is a godsend. Thank you, guys. I just visited her website. Thank you, guys. LakeishaMichelle.com. So what I use my website for is a landing page for whatever I'm talking about at the moment. I'm going to actually in the middle of redoing this kind of the layout. I haven't done anything magnificent with my website yet because I'm looking at what people are wanting and doing. And so I like to move as the data moves versus me just changing everything up. So getting a mobile app, redoing the website to where it is more of a place where people can hang out is the goal, because I realize that some people are tired of Facebook, some people are tired of YouTube, and you want to just be in my community. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. But you can always, I get every email that comes through my website. Lolita says, yes, it is in the back of our mind. Our subconscious holds on to things. That's why we have to be deliberate when we listen to and watch. Exactly. So what's funny is my boyfriend noticed yesterday, he was like, you started getting panicky right after you talked to a certain person. And I was like, that's true. Because what happened was it triggered worry. And I'm genuinely concerned for this person's life. And so I'm just like really kind of edgy nervous about it. And especially since I had a dream that wasn't really nice about it. And I had the dream like years ago, and now I see why I had the dream. I still remember the dream, and exactly what's happening is what the dream was trying to tell me. So it's so creepy because I'm just like, oh God. So I definitely had a panic. Like I know like that's where that came from. So I agree, girl. Lita. La Million, good morning. Adrian says she can tell you what class to take. I'm not able to post her website. YouTube is blocking me. Oh, yeah. So yeah, Lakeisha Michelle, you got to space it out. put the dot and then com, because YouTube doesn't like links. Lynn says, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you, Adrian. So, yeah, if you're just joining, guys, I'm congratulating you guys and thanking you guys for being in my community. We're over 22,000. Let's see where we at right now. Let's see how many subscribers yesterday. So let's see where we are. Good old coffee. Let's see how many. What's my channel statistics right now? Oh, so 22,108 subscribers. Whoop, whoop. So for the month of June, we will hit 23,000. I would love to double that. I don't know how I would, though. What could I do to double my YouTube subscribers this month? It is the second day in June. Hello, let me pay some rent. You know I'm not in California, so I forget to pay my rent. This is my real channel. Oops, but this is Lavon over at Premier Orlando Show. Oh, I said I was gonna, let me look at flights. I said I was gonna fly into Premier tomorrow. When I worked with L'Oreal, we did so many hair shows. I just kind of got like hair show like I just got like over hair shows just for a second. But I do realize my ideal customer is there. Okay. So with that being said, I probably need to catch a little flight. So flights right now to Florida. I could get there. I wonder if I leave. Oh no, I gotta sing tonight. So 362, 426. I know that's right, 426. I would get there at what time though? So I'm on my laptop. What time would you get there? I can't see the time of the flight. Would you pay $426 to fly to Florida right now? Yes, because I know I'm gonna make 5,000 times that from marketing myself. So, and that's just a pool of hairdressers, and that happens to be a target market that I do really well in. So yeah, it's totally worth it. Totally worth it. So you guys, we have to start looking at the value of things. Why is it? Oh, that says 8:30 at night. I can't take that flight. How about I put a limit on this? So flying to Orlando, get to Premier. I would just go nuts buying curling irons. That's for sure. I'll just bring an empty carry-on. I wouldn't even bring a lot of clothes because I'm just gonna buy stuff. Yeah, I think I may go tomorrow. I just, me and hair shows. L'Oreal literally burnt me out. Like, we went to all the shows, and I did everything there was to do. I mean, I presented awards on stage at all the hottest shows. Like, I just did everything. And then I was just like, oh, okay, hair shows. It's just so many people. Like, things like Essence Festival and hair shows and, like Coachella. Unless I got VIP tickets, I really don't want to go there. I know that's really stink. And that is actually what we shouldn't do. We should go. Like, the fact that I know my ideal market, my ideal target audience is there, you should be there. Like, I'm selling hair classes. I'm selling all of that. I could just go print a bunch of flyers today and hop on a plane. More going on tomorrow. All classes today. Classes and exhibit for tomorrow. Yep. It's over Monday, right? Yeah, it's over on Monday because most hairstylists, Sunday and Monday is going to be the busiest days. This is my real channel. Yeah, I used to work Premier Orlando. I performed in front of everyone at Premier Orlando. That was the best feeling in the world. People knew the words, and it was just amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. That was just the best experience. And I got to meet some of everybody. It was just absolutely fabulous. So let me just change this if I get in by. So y'all can get in at, if I leave at 5, oh, no stops. I don't like planes with stops. How about no stops? I said non-stops. Southwest has flights. Let's go look at Southwest. Southwest been in the news lately for a lot of foolery. Have you guys seen this? Oh my God. Southwest? Don't do this to me. On Southwest, one seat left, and who not gonna sit in the one seat that could be in the back by the bathroom? It's me. No Southwest, right? Okay, guys, so I just want to say thank you guys and just hang out with you and tell you that I love you, and of course answer any questions. So before we go, let me know if you have any other questions that you just want to ask, because you follow me. Like, there's a reason you follow me, and I just always want to honor you for that. Hey, Ray Z. Y'all, I need a haircut. Look at these BBs. Oh, I'm shaving this all the way off. So I'm really in love with my hair being off my head, just so y'all know. Let me see. We love you more. Love you too. I love you, love you, love you. Hey, babe. Okay, baby. I'm on YouTube. You're done?
Yeah, I dropped him off.
Okay. Well, are we gonna go running? What?
I'll run when I get back.
Oh, okay. Okay, see you in a sec.
I'll be there at 9:20.
Okay. Bye.
Unless I stop for some coffee.
I'm having coffee without you this morning. Y'all, that's my honey on the FaceTime right now.
All right. Still no FaceTime. All right.
Bye. So, let's see. Advice about pre-launch and pre-sales marketing. What are you selling? Because you know I love a good sales conversation. Meanwhile, I need some clippers. Maybe I can find some really good ones at Premiere. I want to be able to go like this and, you know, all the hair just comes off perfectly. And right now, that's not what's happening with my clippers. They suck. Something is in my eye. What are you selling? Tell me what you're selling. Microblading, permanent makeup. So pre-launch, so meaning you want to let everybody know that it's coming. I just need clarity on what you mean. Something's in my eye. I want clarity on what you mean. Okay, you want to let everybody know. So literally, I think we put too much pressure. This is my own opinion and from my experience. When I want to tell you guys about something, really just think about what I do. I just come on here and say, hey guys, this is coming. And then I teach you about it. Because in order for you to enroll in something that I have, you need to be educated about it. In order for me to buy this new mattress that we got that was crazy expensive, I needed to be educated on the difference from the other ones. And I needed to be educated on how my body sleeps. So the way that the lady sold the mattress was brilliant. She literally put me in something and showed me how my body's supposed to sleep. And then she showed me how I was sleeping. And then she showed me on all the lower price mattresses how it was going to give me the same solution that I did not want. So now I'm fully educated. I will never sleep on another type of mattress. I mean, I will never purchase. Like, I will only purchase, like, the best kind because of how she educated me. And I was already purchasing some decent mattresses. So through the education, people will feel comfortable enough to enroll in what you have. Does that make sense? So the pre-launch is you telling everybody that this is coming, or I'm doing this thing, and so you've got to educate them on the difference on what they're doing now, and then on what you want, like what they're doing now, and why this solution is also a great solution for them. And then because you educate them, they will say, well, I'm gonna have her do it because she's knowledgeable about the thing. I tell people this, it's like the perfect way. It's the perfect way. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. And I think it's so simple people don't do it. So like pre-launching is just education. Answering their questions before they ask. Yeah, and just asking them what their questions are about microblading. And it's just education. There's no, it's literally the way the pre-launch to pre-sale is to educate. Here's what we have. Here's what it's going to do for you. Here's why you should do it. Over and over and over. What are your questions around this? What are your fears around this? And before they even ask you, thinking about what the fears are. Asking, like, take a survey of 10 people and say, why haven't you tried microblading? And they'll say, well, I think I'm going to look like a drag queen, or I'm scared of tattoos, or is it going to hurt? And so now you can do 4 different videos, how to not have drag queen eyebrows, and microblading, behind the scenes, interviews with women so they can talk about how it didn't hurt, and you see their faces and their eyebrows look great. That's pre-launch. That's selling. That's selling because it's showing proof and it's answering their questions. Always try to handle objections before they object. So you have to actually think about what they could possibly like say, that what their fears are. A lot of people have different fears about different things. So if you really dig deep into who your customer is for this microblading, what does she fear? What does she want? Show her her desires, and then answer her questions around the things that she would hesitate. Then, you know, now they just have to choose. And don't be tied to what they choose, because they're going to choose yes or no. It has nothing to do with you. You just got to get in front of enough people to where you could care less if they say yes or no, because you know that the yeses are going to be yeses. But that's my thoughts on pre-launch. That's my thoughts on sales. I mean, I do sell a lot of stuff. So that's how I do it. I just educate. You're welcome, Lita. Totally educate. That helps people, especially with something like microblading. For me, I haven't done it because it's like, is it permanent? Like, what? Literally, my questions are, is it permanent? Are you going to F me up? That's the main question. And since I don't know, I'm not going to buy it from nobody. But it's like, what would change my mind is if you had an Instagram full of pictures of microblading befores and afters, if you were sending emails about the education, if you're talking about the worst case scenarios and the best case scenarios, so that I just feel completely supported, and then I'll make my choice. And then I would choose no, but it has nothing to do with you. It would choose just, I don't want to deal with nothing that I have to actually manage. Like, what is the schedule? What is the managing? I want to yours after my business gets going. Like, I don't think I would ever get that. Like, honestly. That's what, and it's funny that I just read your comment, because I just said I would never get it. I've helped actually another lady. She has a microblading business, and she got we mapped out how to get the customers, how to sell it, but it's just something that I'm completely not interested in, and it has nothing to do with anyone other than I just am not interested. So, you know what I mean? So my no has nothing. A lot of times, this is a lesson for everybody. A lot of times we are so worried about somebody saying no to us, and it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with the fact that I'm just not interested. And it's okay. You don't have to convince everybody. Everybody's just not your customer. I'm not a microblading customer. So to try and convince me would be a waste of anyone's time. This other lady's tried it, and I'm like, ma'am, it's not going to happen. I've read enough. I've seen enough. Even with the little quote-unquote fears I have around it, I'm just not interested in anything like that ever on my body. Like, you know what I mean? Everyone isn't your customer. Like, I don't get tattoos. I don't want something that you have to, like, go like this to your eyebrows and like, never. It's not going to happen. It took me forever to even get my ears pierced, let alone something like that. I'm just not, those kind of things are just a no to me. I'm very country, barefoot type of chick that loves a little glam here and there, you know, so I just like simple things that I can take off, like these nails. You know, I can take these off. I don't love nails all the time, but for the rest of the time I do. When I don't, I want to take them off. Sitting down, even with eyelashes, I was trying to get eyelash extensions. I love them, but I'm really not an eyelash extensions customer, because after 30 minutes of laying in that bed, I'm just irritated. I want to get up. It's a lot. So knowing your customer is important, because a lot of times we take their no's and we try to convince the person who is just not the customer anyway. So education is how you pre-launch. Education is how you sell. Education builds loyalty. Education builds trust. Education builds like. Education. I just looked at my email. It says, unleash your design potential. And I was like, what is this? And it's from Canva. Canva.com. It says, your first design is minutes away. And it says, a lot of people think design is complicated. They think you need expensive software and studying for years. We disagree. Here at Canva, so they just went straight ahead on what they believe and what you can do. Here's how you can start designing like a pro. Boom. And they're going to teach me for free how to design. What does that mean? That means I'm going to use their platform, which is exactly what they want. They educated me and gave me hope and empowerment. So now I'm going to click on the button and take their free design stuff. Through education, I'll sign up for their little subscription, which I have their subscription. They're cutting grass out here. Ugh, I have allergies, y'all. It's so funny. The minute the grass starts getting cut, I just cannot. True, everyone isn't your customer. Yep. So understanding that, you got to be really clear on who's your customer. Who's looking for microblading? What would be the scenarios where they would want it or need it? And then from there, how do you get in front of them? What is the conversation that you're going to continuously have? you guys, I have the same conversation. I've been talking about the same thing on YouTube since 2007. So, or is it 2009? I think it's 2009. I've been talking about the same thing, you know? And the conversation evolves as I evolve, but the conversation is actually the same, but it's just, it grows. And so you have to be willing to also talk about the same thing over and 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 over, and trust that it's going to be the way that it needs to be. We learn through repetition. Exactly. So, and there's nothing really new under the sun. People always talk about being original. Oh, this book that I love, you can be original, but it's my favorite quote, or not quote, my favorite scene, I have it somewhere, where Beyonce was actually going to someone else's show, and she looked in the camera and said, people hate when I come to their shows because I basically steal their content and then put it in my show and put a twist on it. Smart people do that because it's like, why are you reinventing the wheel? If you're a real Michael Jackson fan, you look at Beyonce's show and say, oh my God, that's Michael Jackson's show. It is, but it's also Beyonce's show, right? But before I was ever stalking Beyonce, I always stalked Michael. I know his show by heart. And when Beyonce started coming out, I was like, oh my God, this is all Michael Jackson's like, they're going, this is what he do in his show. He did that in his show. But she put her own twist on it, and it's absolutely perfect. I love Michael. I love Beyonce. I love them. Period. Like, I don't look at them and go, oh my gosh, she stole, because she's still her and nobody can be her, so she's going to do it differently. But so the point is, look at what's working and don't try to reinvent the wheel, because that just leaves you going in circles and probably broker than you want to be. Just not you, anyone particular, but just in general. But there's a book, I can't think of the name of it right now, but I think it's Smart Artists Steal or something like that. What's the name of that book? Let me look it up, y'all. But it's really, really good. And one thing I noticed, especially in the Black community, people always like, my stuff. You did not come up with that principle. It was a principle before you ever existed. And you just mad because somebody marketed it better than you. Like Ming Lee say, you can't out-market her. She's right. That girl is a marketing. She just a beast. And she just willing to stay longer than other people. Ain't nothing new. She take Beyonce music video and put some hair stuff in it and boom. Like, it just makes perfect sense. It's just perfect. I think it's Smart Artists. It's something like Smart Artists Steal or something. Good artists copy. Great artists steal. Steve Jobs. Oh, Steve Jobs said it. But no, there's a book. Ugh. So Steve Jobs said, and it doesn't mean go around stealing people's stuff, guys. But that is so tacky. I think that's tacky. Like, I would never talk about nothing that I don't live and do and get results from and systems from. They're going to just steal stuff. But I am a culmination of all the books I read. I'm a culmination of every class I've ever taken. I'm a culmination of everything my mom and them taught me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. So definitely, please don't get it twisted. Don't go stealing people's stuff. So, oh, I can do that too. When you really don't know about it. I see a lot of people doing that. I want to help people. I'm just going to help you change your life. But if you're struggling in your life, how are you going to help me change my life? This makes no sense. Zip zero. Is it still like an artist? I don't know. Let me look it up. Is that the book? That's not the book. Although, I think I have that book too. Because they have like a little, a bunch of little small ones. Yeah, I have this book. It's funny. Show Your Work and Still Like an Artist. I have those two books. They're cute little coffee table books. I have those. But that's still not the book. Let me get my iPad because I know I got this book. Let me see, y'all. Okay. It is called Real Artists Don't Starve. Is amazing because it talks about not being a starving artist and how it's crazy if you think that you should totally just be starving because that's what you have to do, because it's talking about using the examples and the power of modeling. Another book that's really good is The War of Art. Yes, Real Artists Don't Starve. There we go. Real Artists Don't Starve. Jeff Goins is amazing. Like, his blog, his books, amazing. So let me go there. I'm gonna just give you guys some of the parts from the book. He talks about apprenticing. He talks about before we become masters, we must first become apprentices. I solely 100,000% believe that. That's how I've gotten anywhere in life. Is I will go and be an apprentice. Period, point blank. Skill is not enough to earn attention of an influencer. You must be teachable. Oh my God, I just talked about this yesterday. I haven't even heard that part. First, become a case study, then ask for help. Come on now. Oh, I love it. Opportunities may come and go, but in the end, hard work is all we can measure. Oh, shade, but no shade. Truth juice, honey. Opportunities may come and go, but in the end, hard work is all we can measure. So when it's all said and done, did you put that work in or not? Artists starve because they think they can make it on their own, ignoring the need for a teacher. Come on. Thriving artists, on the other hand, are both humble enough to admit their need and audacious enough to seek it out. So you have to admit that you need something, and then you have to be audacious. You have to be bold enough to seek out a teacher, okay? Now, it says great work is not a result of luck, but of a willingness to become an apprentice. So, prime example is Lisa Nichols. It's the easiest. I'm her apprentice, right? And now it's so funny. She'll put me in positions and she'll be like, go over there and do this and go teach this. And Keisha's going to do this. And I'm just like, wow. Like, I've really seen exponential growth as a result of being her apprentice. What does me being apprentice look like? Doing her hair, putting on her shoes, ironing her clothes, staying up all night in meetings with her, helping serve food to her guests, all of that. That's what being, and that has nothing to do with business, but everything to do with business. Because while she's talking and having $1 million meetings, she lets me listen to everything. And when it's over, she teaches me why she said what she said, how she did what she did, how she closes the deal. Who wants to sit with somebody who makes millions of dollars in a weekend? I'm sorry, screw college. I'd rather do that. Because now I'm literally firsthand getting the information, and I get to record it, and I get to play playbacks. And then when I'm done, I can ask questions, and I turn on my recorder, and I say, why did you do that? How did you do that? And then she teaches me. So in exchange for just being her servant 24 hours a day when I'm with her, I get stuff that people pay her $40,000, $50,000 a year to get the to get it in a classroom setting. I get it in the real deal time, like real deal time. Like, so, I mean, you know, would you do that? I don't know. Some people think it's too good for, but not me, child. I would do it any heartbeat second for anyone that I admire. So, yeah, you definitely should read that book because it's just amazing. And I haven't even read the whole thing, but I read enough to go, this book is the shit. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to go now and do some work. Actually, no, I'm not doing any work. Maybe I will. I don't know. I'm going running in a little bit. But that's all. I'm done. Thank you guys for being my subscribers. I just wanted to come on and talk to you guys and hang out with you guys. Admit that I need something. Be bold enough to seek out a teacher. Exactly. Servanthood. Exactly. As long as we reference and give credits, we should be okay. Totally. Yeah, you always got to give credits. Like, trying to act like you just came up with everything because you're just so smart. That's lame. People like to know that you are doing the research. And you just always supposed to shout out your mentors and people. Because, I mean, when you want somebody... Like, I teach people how to do stuff. And then I see people going and reduplicating my stuff. But they'll say, like, look, Keisha taught me this. And I taught it to you so you can know how to do it. So if you're going to do it, then what am I getting mad for? That's interesting. I see a lot of people going, this and this and that. But it's like, didn't you teach them how to do it? So now that they're doing it, why are you mad? Maybe you should have charged more. See, that's the thing about pricing. If I taught you how to do something that's going to make you all this money, and the only reason I'm mad is because I learned that lesson. I'm like, oh, I got an attitude because I really taught them something for $2 that's going to make them money for the rest of their lives. So shame on me, not them. Shame on me for having a low price. But then you got to also know your market. So it's that's business. It's interesting. Very interesting. Business. And I'm done. I'm complete. If you have any questions about anything that we talked about, go to LakeishaMichelle.com And you can just send me an email. I get it right in my inbox. But in the meantime, thank you guys for being my subscribers. I love you. You can always ask any question. I see all of the comments every single day. Every morning I wake up, it's on my iPad. I keep the YouTube comments on my iPad so that I can see all of your stuff and just feel like I'm there with you, and my fingers are on the pulse of my channel. And I love you guys. So I just wanted to hang out with you guys this morning. I will see you on another video. Make sure you turn on notifications. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Ciao for now.